Fiestas, Traditions and Gastronomy. The slow, unvarying passing of time is regularly broken by fiestas and rituals. Some are modest, others are spectacular, and they are important events for the people of Santo Domingo de Silos. They are also an undeniable attraction for visitors to the monastic town. The year begins with what is perhaps one of the most eye-catching and ethnographically important fiestas held in the Iberian Peninsula. The Fiestas of Los Jefes, or the leaders, based on a legend according to which the Moorish armies wished to pillage Silos, and the brave and intelligent actions of some of the locals, who became known as Capitán, Cuchillón and Abanderado, prevented the attack by giving the impression that the town was on fire. Los Jefes are a set of traditions, some ancient, others Christianized, and all perfectly reenacted by most of the people of Silos. Fire, chaos, men dressed as animals, noise, cock races, echoes of a Moorish past, Franciscan devotion to the sweet name of Jesus, pursuit of noblemen and the resistance of a town commanded by a dynamic abbot, the presence of the community of the dead, heroes dressed in 19th century military clothes, unequivocal signs of the French invasion and the Carlist Wars, leaders who remind us of a rather peculiar political and administrative organization of Silos, horse races in the darkness of the night, and numerous bonfires in the streets and squares. These are just some of the elements of this celebration, which takes place on the third Saturday and Sunday after Epiphany. The Marthas, or Songs of March, are a ritual which begins at 12 o'clock at night on the 28th of February. They resound around the streets and squares, hailing the imminent arrival of spring and describing the beauty of women with fine elegance.
Cuando los bueyes se engordan, los caballos corredores, los caballos corredores. Esta noche me despido de cantar a mis amigos, de cantar a mis amigos.
Entonces ahora ellos que escojan lo que quieran. Esto es libre, hay democracia. Y esto es lo bonito, ¿no? Que sea espontáneo. Ya ves, el uno no quiere, el otro el otro. Cuidado, cuidado los palos.
After the rigours of Lent and the impressive solemnity of Holy Week, the arrival of the month of May is celebrated by the young people of Silos with their Pingada del Mayo. In this event, they have to demonstrate their skill and strength by lifting up the tall and robust trunk of a black poplar tree. And almost immediately afterwards, Silos gets dressed up to commemorate the Cruz de Mayo, or Cross of May. The Veronica, a replica of the Holy Shroud, takes centre stage in this devout commemoration. After summer and harvest time, the Romería de Cañas gathering takes place in the first weekend of September. The residents of Cañas in La Rioja, the hometown of Santo Domingo, go on their annual pilgrimage to Silos to pay tribute to their illustrious fellow townsmen and develop their close links with Silos. And 1 week later, the people of Silos visit the birthplace of the saint. To talk about gastronomy in Silos is to talk first and foremost about roast lamb and roast goat, prepared in a wood fire oven in the simplest possible manner. The secret of the unbeatable flavour of these two types of meat is in the great quality of the raw material. The flocks of sheep and goats graze all around the Peñas de Cervera. The main characteristics which these dishes must possess are combined in both animals. Tender, juicy meat, profound aromas and flavours that blend the strength of the meat. Gastronomy involving pork is wonderfully varied with the softness of the hillside fragrances of thyme, lavender and rosemary. But the people of Silos particularly enjoy the famous morcilla, or black pudding of Burgos, made with blood, rice, onion and spices. This is a wonderfully strong and tasty dish, and it is even better if it is accompanied by modest but succulent fried eggs, greens, vegetables, trout and mushrooms, prepared in many traditional ways, make the perfect concomitant to any meal in which inevitably the roast will take pride of place. The vineyards located on the banks of two famous rivers, the Duero or Douro and the Arlanza, provide elegant fine wines. There are full-bodied reds with their complex flavours, young and Crianza reds which combine firmness and subtlety, and the sparkling light wines. The wine you choose will be dependent upon what you have chosen to eat, but in any case quality and enjoyment are guaranteed. Castile is a great wine-producing area. It also boasts some great bread, and in Silos they have exactly that. Enjoying some good cured ham or some tasty dried beef or cured cheese with some delicious bread called torta de aceite is a unique experience. Either baguette-style bread or the larger loaf, which is more substantial and has other flavours, will greatly enhance your enjoyment of a stew or a broth. And a good meal deserves to end with a good dessert, either homemade or the produce of a convent. The particularly good homemade desserts include caramel cream, custard and rice pudding. For centuries the cloistered nuns from Lerma and Villa Mayor de los Montes have been producing delicious pastries, sponge cakes and ring-shaped cakes. The real secret behind these sweet delicacies is the use of completely natural ingredients and the skill and care with which they are made. And after enjoying all these great flavours and aromas, the perfect end to a meal is a fine glass of a digestive liqueur. In Silos, it's easy to choose. It has to be Benedictine.